That's how it's going to go down.
Go out there and win one for the giver.
Well, I'm live right now, Sam. It's D. Lake for Prez. David Lake reporting for themediaspeaks.com, live on the Media Speaks, DOTCOM on YouTube. I'm joined on the phone by Sam Ivy, the Ganji Sam with the quick news and the band Passing Time, Samuel. Wait, let me put you on speakerphone. Go ahead. Sam, I had to put you on speaker. Go ahead. Okay, so greetings, unsettled souls from Sam. He's trying to get connected. Sam, I'm going ahead with the show. I sent you the link. Okay, it sounds like Sam is telling us that the Google Hangout's not working for him. He's on a new borrowed laptop because his other computer faced some technical difficulties. Is that what's going on, Sam? And also, D-Lake, my voice, I've been sick. So, I mean, we're trying to put together a show, Sam, but it's just not happening. Can you fucking figure it out and get in here? I'm going to go ahead with today's show. All right. Get in here. I think Sam was trying to say that we should do the show with him on my iPhone that you guys can probably barely hear. I don't think that's going to work out so well. But by me hanging up on him and being live as I hang up on him, ideally that will just infuriate him and force him to figure out a freaking way to get into this hangout with this piece of crap laptop that he borrowed from someone that he's probably has to download to Google. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. In today's top headlines, Trump, businessman, billionaire Donald Trump, and Democrat socialist Bernie Sanders. Those two individuals for their respective parties, the Republicans and the Democrats, are leading in their parties as we approach the first primary votes in in New Hampshire. We had the caucuses this past week in Iowa. We could talk about that, but it would probably just be rehashing a bunch of stuff that you've already been hearing this past week. But let's just retread for a second. Okay, Ted Cruz won. He got a lot of votes from the evangelicals. They said he got more votes from blue-collar voters than Donald Trump. Donald Trump had 250,000 people attending his rallies combined in the state of Iowa, but only 50,000 people voted for him. And Rubio had a last-minute surge from weird sort of brainwashing radio waves that were cast on that very particular day. And on the Democrat side, Hillary Clinton, she just narrowly, by a razor's edge, pulled out the vote. Well, with 6 coin tosses all in her favor. I mean, do I have a quarter here? I do. Hey, look at this. Flip. Call it. Okay, whatever. For you to get the same one 6 times in a row, I don't really think that's going to happen. But, you know, I mean, for Hillary Clinton, it's like 6 coin tosses. Was that 6? Yeah, she got them all. Hillary Clinton all the way. This past week, they're like, we're going to go back and review. Guess what? It's too fucking late. As soon as the shit, at 2 a.m., Hillary Clinton's camp said, okay, the gates are closed. We won. The gates are closed. The gates are closed. We won. The gates are closed. The gates are closed. We won. Kind of sick. My voice is kind of fucked up today. And then I start doing Hillary Clinton. I probably sound more like Hillary Clinton when I'm sick because I'm all, yeah, I was coughing all week. I mean, I'm kind of feeling better today, but my voice is still kind of wrecked. But anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Does Kasich have a chance in New Hampshire? What about Jeb Bush? Jeb Bush is bringing his mom out, everyone. I wish Sam was here to help me talk about this. Okay, I just got a text message from Sam. It says, Grr, why didn't you leave me on the phone? Because I want you to get your ass in here. I'm saying it live. Do I have to fucking text it? Come on, Sam. Get your ass in here. He probably has me up on another screen doing the show. And what I'm saying is, Sam, stop goofing off and get your ass in here. All right, let me share this. This is pretty funny. Everybody, this is great. Please clap.
So here's my pledge to you. I will be a commander-in-chief that will have the back of the military. I won't trash talk. I won't be a divider-in-chief or an agitator-in-chief. I won't be out there blowhard.
Like Donald Trump.
Talking a big game without backing it up. I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
Okay, Jeb Bush, please clap. Hey, I just said an applause line. Do me a favor, please clap. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, you got it. There you go. Yeah, that was a good one. What did you just say? It's like, he's all, please wake up, everybody. What? Then Jeb Bush brings his mom out. Well, tonight there is a debate tonight, a GOP debate. There was a Democrat debate on, what was it, Thursday? Yeah, it was just 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago, or 2 nights ago. On well, there was Hillary Clinton and Mr. Bernie Sanders, and just like in Iowa, it was a coin toss. Bernie is up in New Hampshire, and he's likely to win. I'm losing all viewers. He's likely to win. Bernie Sanders is. Sorry, my voice is so wrecked today, everybody. Normally, it's so silky smooth.
Struck by Cruz lightning, by the same last name. You know what? China ain't never giving back that goddamn plane. Must got this old nation trained on some generation with fame and fame trade, full of cocaine, close the brain.
So Donald Trump and Marco Rubio could be top targets tonight in the debate. Okay, thank you. Sorry, everyone. I had a coughing attack. Told you I've been sick. I'm trying to get better. It's like, do you like crush up some rosemary and put it in some hot water? I said, oh, well, you know, I drank my green tea. I had that. Okay, and then I was just drinking some beer to try to smooth myself out. Great. So Mr. Trump and Mr. Rubio could be the top targets tonight, having heavy fire from Republican White House hopefuls when they all take the stage tonight in New Hampshire for their 8th debate just days before the state's high-stakes primary in New Hampshire. Okay. Now, remember, Donald Trump skipped the last debate before Iowa. He knew he was going to be in this debate, so he was like, and they're like, oh, do you think that's why you came in second place in Iowa? He's like, I would take coming in second place in Iowa and raising $6 million for the veterans over coming in first place any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Billionaire Trump held a wide lead in polls in New Hampshire, with U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, Florida, second in a rapid rise ahead of Tuesday's primary. So next Tuesday, I believe it's the 9th of February, they'll be voting in the primary, which is much different than the unorganized caucus that there's been a lot of jokes about and coin tosses, and that's just ridiculous. Trump and Rubio have taken flack from competitors as candidates launched an all-out offensive across New Hampshire. So you have Jeb Bush attacking Trump for using profane language and then bringing out his mom, Barbara Bush. And did I already talk enough about that? I mean, go look it up. It's so funny. And his mom's all old. She looks like Yoda with a white afro. And she's all, I wouldn't want to get into a spitting contest with Donald Trump there because he can spit much further than me. And it's like, well, thank you, Barbara. That's obvious. Chris Christie is going heavily after Rubio for appearing so scripted on the campaign trail, and I can definitely agree with that. I mean, he says the same thing when I'm president. You know, it's not bull crap. He says the same crap every time. Half of it's wrong. Well, not it's not my viewpoint, is what I could say. And Bush, a former mentor of Rubio, unveiled an ad showing Rick Santorum, who left the race this week and endorsed Rubio, apparently struggling to name any of the senator's accomplishments. Oh, great. It looks like I'm joined. Is that Sam? Sam, can I hear you? Sam, are you getting your shit together? We're only about 10 minutes in. That's pretty good. I didn't have to strain my sick, struggling voice too much. Sam, are you there? Sam, can we hear you? Sammy. Sam. We have multiple viewers. People want to know what's going on in the world. Sam, if you're there, speak up.
Hey, there you are. What's up? Hey, listeners. No surprise here. Google works. Google sucks ass. No surprise to anybody. So what are we speaking of as Google destroys the internet little by little with the piece of shit that we all know it is? What else is going on in the world?
Go out there and win one for the giver.
Sam, you're forcing me to restart the whole damn show, but that's fine. That's okay. I'm dealing for Cruz, reporting for the MediaSpeaks.com. I am joined today by Sam, I.B. the Ganji. Sam with the correct news and the van passing time. Samuel!
Greetings, unsettled souls. Welcome to the Saturday edition, and may Google go to hell because it never, ever works.
Okay, Sam, we've had people jumping in and out. I think for the most part, they're tired of hearing me trying to strain my voice to bring today's top news. You sound healthy. Last week you were sick. It seems like you got better. Seems like there's something going around, Sam. But give us what you have top on the mind of the correct views today, Saturday the 6th. We've been talking about today's top headlines. Trump and Sanders lead in New Hampshire. Going into that, there's GOP debate tonight. Sam, Rand Paul dropped out of the race is what I wanted to talk to you about today. And Ted Cruz won Iowa, and what does that mean? And what's up with this Rubio surge? Sam, take it away.
I'm happy that Rand left because I had said on my show that I was now abandoning Rand because I was so unbelievably angry at the unwise decision that America has made by choosing to allow Cruz, another banker, to allow Cruz into the winning spot in Iowa. I was livid over it, and I said that many of you will remember that Rand Paul left and started supporting Romney while his dad, Ron, was still in the race.
In 2012.
Well, yes. Well, I abandoned Rand as of the results that happened after Iowa. I am now full-blown Trump all the way. The only way I'm going to change is depending on who the Libertarians pick. I may go my usual party, but I'm done. I'm glad Rand is out.
What about Derek Johnson or McAfee?
I worry about McAfee because the only thing that works worse than Google is McAfee. Anytime you ever had McAfee on your computer, you got every virus that came down. So I do greatly worry about him.
What about Dem Panic? The Democrats bringing out Joe Biden. Do you think Joe Biden might jump in after saying he would not?
Oh, I think he might, but nobody. There's no excitement for Biden. What we need to
Hillary
do
has to be. Wait, hold on a second, Sam. Does that mean that Hillary has to be indicted? And I also was seeing reports last night that there's no possible way that Hillary will be indicted because, like, they're trying to hold that over her, but all the secrets to government that she's holding over them trumps, to use a phrase without whatever. But it trumps, like, what she has over government is more than what government has over her. And she'll essentially blackmail her way into office. And how do you feel about that?
I could see that being the only way she would get into office. America has rejected her on just about every level. There's nothing about her
Absolutely. I
candidacy
was thinking,
that has very, very many people excited at all. Literally, nobody supports this woman.
yeah.
And you could tell this when you, like, I went to First Friday and I found people that were extremely misguided. By that, I mean Sanders supporters. But I found absolutely nobody whatsoever who was supporting Hillary. And I don't think anybody that I know of is excited about her whatsoever. The only thing,
Yeah, it's funny. I just went out to get some dinner last night. I went to this new restaurant that opened up called Two Brothers. It's a guy from Israel. He opened a restaurant, and I got this official Jewish business and organization directory of Southern California at the restaurant. I had some schnitzel and some falafel and some hummus and some cabbage and some potatoes, and it was really good. And I'm probably going to go back there again really soon. But the restaurant had just opened, and he's got these couple young people there, a young blonde white girl and a young African American with a kufi sort of reggae colored hat. He seemed like a really cool guy. I met him. He told me his name. I think it's something like Rubini. And I told him my name and say good to meet you and everything. And but I was talking to them. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get this food and I'm going to go home and I'm going to try to watch the Democrat debate tonight. It was just Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. They went at each other in a cat fight. Did you see any of that, Sam?
I've spent most of my time dealing with this computer issue, and I didn't get to hear all of that that I had wished to.
That's fine. Well, I said to them that that's what I was going to do. I'm like, who are you for? And the young lady that was working the counter and stuff, she said, Bernie, I'm like, you're feeling the bird? She's like, I'm feeling it. I'm for Bernie. I'm like, so you're not for Hillary? She's like, no effing way. I'm for Bernie. And I turned to the young African-American gentleman and I was like, what about you, young man? And he's all, yeah, I like Bernie. He's all, who are you for? He started asking me questions. He tried to turn tables and stuff. I'm like, I don't know, but I'm voting Republican. I'm like, I'm kind of leaning towards Trump. And he's like, oh yeah, Trump. Yeah, okay, all right. I can see why you might say that. He's like, and then he said, be careful what you ask for with Trump. I'm like, what I'm asking for is let's secure the borders. Let's make America the best again. Let's win on all our trade deals. Let's make the most money and let's spend the least money, get the best results. Spend all our money on rebuilding America, our infrastructure, our roads, and all that other stuff. I didn't say all that last night. I'm saying it now on today's show, but you get the idea that I engage people when I go out. I'm kind of like a Waters World. We ask people all kinds of questions. He asked some questions about Bernie Sanders. I mean, I could have started grilling that young lady. I'm like, so why do you support Bernie Sanders? And she would have been like, I don't know.
When someone says that, they're doing one of two things. They're either listening to how much free stuff they're going to get without thinking about the fact that it's going to cost them. For instance, Bernie has wanted to take 90% of your income. You'll get free health insurance. Almost anyone listening to this would have health insurance if they spent 90% of their income on it. The trouble is they're not going to be able to afford anything else. So you either run into people who simply have never even thought about it before. They just think it's cool to like Bernie. Or, second of all, people who are voting for their welfare check. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Most Bernie Sanders supporters have their hand out for something free, and that's why they're voting for him. They don't have any reflection on the issues or the country or what needs to happen. They're not thinking about ISIS. They're not thinking about whether or not the jobs are coming back because they're lazy pieces of crap that don't work. They're voting for a welfare check. That's what they're voting for. They're not voting for jobs to come back because they have no intention of getting those jobs. They're lazy and they want their welfare check. And that's why they're voting for Bernie Sanders. He's going to give them the biggest welfare check.
And is that why Hillary is being dragged kicking and screaming to the far left?
I think Hillary's always been to the far left. This just gives her an excuse to go there.
I keep going there. And can you talk about Hillary Clinton versus Bernie Sanders for Democratic fans in New Hampshire, where I started the show saying that Bernie Sanders actually has a pretty impressive lead over Hillary in New Hampshire, and considering how close he came to her in Iowa, I mean, how do you feel about Bernie's chances? I mean, negating the fact how you feel about him personally and being a socialist and all that, just how do you feel about his chances regarding the way that America seems to be leading for the Democrats? Go ahead, Sam.
I think with Bernie would be better off if he was to win the nomination, because Hillary has a certain name recognition. And there are people that unfortunately believe this, it's not true, that the economy flourished under Bill Clinton. That wasn't true at all. Bill Clinton just lucked out and happened to be president during the birth of the internet. Jimmy Carter could have done well during the birth of the internet. He was given a freebie, and it looked like a home run. So Bernie is not going to get elected suggesting that 90% tax rates are okay. The average,
Sam, I'm sorry, Sam, can I interrupt you for a second?
Yes.
Did you hear this week that Jimmy Carter likes Donald Trump?
No, but that's remarkable news. I'm not.
Okay, go, please continue. Sorry.
That is really good news, actually. But the thing is with this is Bernie is unelectable. Bernie is simply unelectable. So you have to hope that he gets the nomination against Trump, because Trump will destroy Bernie. Bernie believes in global warming, even though all of the science that you actually look at points against it. The only time it ever appears that the planet is warming is if they give you a scientific study that doesn't show you the raw data. Look up raw data, global warming. You won't find it. It's not there. They don't give it to you. So he's using skewed, backwoods, quackery science to prove global warming, which most Americans are not the least bit concerned with. You cannot elect anybody who wants a 90% tax rate. And the man has no...
Whoa, Sam. I mean, without asking you how much you make at your job, I mean, you wouldn't feel good about donating 90% of your earnings to the federal government to help them redistribute your wealth? The money that you make should be shared with other Americans, Sam. Don't you agree?
My friend,
America, Sam, where everyone should have a little bit of what you make.
Said that she thought that Obamacare was good for the nation because she was able to go and see a doctor and hadn't been able to in 4 years. These are the only people that think Obamacare is good, are the people that aren't paying for it. And this is why Bernie is absolutely unelectable. That's why I'm hoping he gets it, because Trump will destroy him.
I have a monumental statement that should be used by everyone running for president. No one that has read Obamacare is for it. Okay? So everyone that is for it, they never read it. Okay? Remember Nancy Pelosi famously saying that we have to pass Obamacare to find out what's in it?
Unfortunately.
You have these deals like the TPP. Tonight in the GOP debate, it's going to be brought up whether Marco Rubio actually read the TPP before being for it. If you ask Rand Paul, but I guess you can't ask him anymore because he's not in the race any longer, but you had to go down to a secret dungeon room at the Secret Service special state fancy, no one else at the White House, but the White House can read it, confab of a room that no cell phones, nothing, like a total fucking X-Files room that you had to go into, and the blacklist, and you had to go in there and you had to read the contents of this agreement. And then Marco Rubio was for the TPA to fast track, to just say, we need a fast track. Fuck fast track. Fuck the TPA. Fuck the TPP. I hope that gets brought up in tonight's debate, Sam.
Well, the thing is, I think most listeners may not even realize exactly what this is. Briefly, D-Lake, I think a lot of people tuning in, they might not even know. He's talking about the treaty that is going to result in
a treaty. You call it a treaty?
A massive disadvantage a massive disadvantage. Let me finish.
No.
A massive disadvantage to the United States economy. It's going to completely put us at a disadvantage in world trade, and it is built on the premise that global warming is real, which is going to put you at a disadvantage in terms of taxes as well. D-Lake, go on, definitely.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between a pact and a treaty. It's not a fucking look, there's much better ways that the TPP can be arranged, orchestrated. A deal that needs to be negotiated properly. Who better than businessman, billionaire Donald Trump? Okay, that's just, and they're like, well, what about his fucking bankruptcies and his bankruptcies? And I'm like, that was 4 times out of 500, and he actually turned it around and made more money. Yes, some people lost their jobs. You know what? This week the fucking wind blew so hard in San Diego that my bougainvillea bush that was tied to my neighbor's tree came collapsing down. It fucked up the fence, and now we had to take out the tree. We had to take out the vine plant that was so beautiful in my side yard, and now it's just a fence, and all the shadowing and everything is fucked up. Everything's new. Now it's so bright in here. It's driving me crazy, but that's just to illustrate that fucking things happen, and you have to be able to negotiate and get it worked out and get the fence rebuilt and make everything right again, even if it's not the same as it was. But you know what? Things happen. You wanted hope? You wanted change? Well, how do you like the change that Barack Obama has brought you? Huh? Go ahead, Sam. I'm sorry. My voice is straining. I'm sorry.
Well, I think what it is, again, you've got people who don't understand what it is that they're voting for. They say they want Sanders, but they don't know what the TPP is. They say they want Hillary, but they have no idea of anything other than the fact that she has a vagina. They don't have any fact. The people that are voting against the GOP this year, and this is not every year because I'm not a big GOP fan, but the people that are voting against the GOP are doing so based on a lack of intelligence, because there isn't anything coming from the Democratic side that has itself rooted in intelligence or progress at all. They can call themselves progressive, but there's no progress coming from that side. And I think America is going to wake up to that, at least the ones who are not just voting for a free welfare check so that they don't have to go to work.
All right, Sam. I needed to keep talking here for a second. How do you feel about the GOP debate tonight? Trump is going to be there. I mean, who's going to be center stage? Who do you think will do well? Who has to do well? Who needs the best debate performance tonight from the candidates that are still in the race and running and on the main stage? I don't think Carly made the main stage. It's the top 6 according to ABC. Go ahead, Sam.
After what Cruz has done, even though Donald has talked about making, again, he talked about it yesterday, making Cruz his running mate, even though that's come up, Trump needs a win. Trump needs to win this debate, and Trump needs to win New Hampshire. If he takes another loss at either one, especially New Hampshire, I think we are looking at another banker-funded Cruz versus banker-funded left. And we're going to have the exact same thing we've had with Bush and Obama.
Wow. I don't think there's any way that could happen.
Well, I didn't think that America would be stupid enough in Iowa to choose Cruz over Trump. And I mean, right? They're already on the path, to picking another banker. You can see it happening. They're picking another banker.
God, Sam, I'm not feeling well. I'm sick, and then you bring all this. Oh God, Trump's gonna win New Hampshire and the debate, don't you think? I mean, you say he has to, and I agree with you. But
Willie, I don't know.
Let me just ask you. You say, okay, I understand that you say that that's the way that it needs to happen. Is that the way you think that it will happen? Go ahead.
I'm 50-50 on that because I hate to say it. It's not that I don't believe in Trump. I don't believe in my country. I don't. We are a stupid, stupid people. We vote without thinking. We vote without looking anything up.
Wait, is it Trump versus America?
I feel like the country is just at such a low intellect and so vastly unintelligent that they can't process anything, and that's not good because you have to have an education.
Sam,
you have to have some kind of intelligence in order to be able to differentiate right from wrong, good from bad, progress from pain, and that is Trump as it stands right now. And the only people that don't think are those that aren't thinking.
Let's just say that all our viewers right now are geniuses. They don't fit into the people that you were just talking about. Anyone watching this show right now is highly intelligent, a fucking genius. You are for watching. Go ahead, Sam.
I think if everybody watching our show right now were geniuses, and my guess is they're probably voting for Trump, or they are voting possibly, though I don't like him this much, Ben Carson. And I say that because he's somebody else that if you study what he's saying, even though I don't agree with all of his outcomes, he's somebody who has an idea that would raise the intellect and the standard of living and the destination of the country as a whole. And by that I mean ending up at a more constitutionally freedom-driven and economically sound direction.
And how did you feel this week, though, when during the Iowa caucus, right before, like one of Ben Carson's managers just tweeted out that he was headed back to Florida before he goes to New Hampshire, or he was headed here and there to get some clean clothes and do this other stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously he would. I think,
and the fact to me that he was not, he was out, but they broadcast that he was out of the race right before the fucking vote, and maybe scooped up some of those votes.
Well, I think they're going to cheat, and so I'd just like to see happen.
Sam, sorry, you're roboing a little bit. Can you start what you were saying again? Sorry.
Yeah, I've been saying all along what I would most like to see, because they're going to try to cheat both Sanders and Trump. And while I think Sanders is the worst idea for president ever, I don't want the man cheated, because if they can cheat him, then they can cheat the libertarian, they can cheat whoever. You can't allow that kind of you can't allow those kind of politics. But beyond that, I think you're going to find out the best thing that could happen would be, and Trump has already ruined this with this ridiculous pledge that he signed, would be for Trump to run independent and for Bernie to run third party, probably green, because they're boneheaded enough to accept him.
I'm mad. Sam, I know a couple of months ago that seemed plausible, but now that seems very not possible.
The reason I would like to see that happen to such a degree, though, is because it would completely destroy the left-right paradigm in this country.
Between Trump and Sanders, Trump is the only one that can afford to do what you're talking about, Sam.
No, because Sanders has such
on a national scale.
No, listen, Sanders has such a high approval rating among idiots that they will be in droves, the Democratic Party in droves to vote for him, which will pull massive amounts of votes away from what would be Hillary. If Trump was to do it, so many people hate the politics as usual and genuinely like Trump that this would pull a massive amount of votes away from the GOP. And what you would have is, for the first time in any kind of history that we can speak of, a four-party viable race where all four candidates have a very good chance of winning. But it could also get elected in much the same way that Abraham Lincoln did. And for those of you that like history, what I mean is Abraham Lincoln was elected without a mandate. Not that many people elected him because it was so splintered that year. That's what you would have here, which in this time period is exactly what we need.
Donald Trump actually says the word mandate, that he needs a mandate. Like he wants to win decisively so that he has that mandate that you speak
Right now, he's not even winning. He's coming
fantasy land. Sam, I think you actually live in La La Land to think that there would be some sort of fantasy of a four-party race, a four-party race.
No, if you look at the pure
that is
look at the pure numbers of supporters that both Trump on a personal level and
look, I was just reading articles about what you're talking about there, but 2016 is not the year. Maybe 2020. Maybe 2020. I don't know. It seems like the parties are splintering, but it's only a splintering. The splintering hasn't led to a split. The split is not happening this year. The split is going to happen this year.
It won't work in 2020, and I'll tell you why it won't work then. You won't have somebody on the left and the right that are as popular as Bernie and Trump are now. If you're gonna do it,
I'm going to retitle this show "Party Split?" ? Do you think the Republicans could split into two different camps over this? Do you think the Democrats will split into two?
No. I think they would have to run entirely. Trump would have to run third party, as would Sanders.
As what? Independent?
Won't
work. What party?
If Trump does it by himself, he just elected Hillary. If Sanders does it by himself, they just elected the GOP. They would have to do it together.
Okay, like I said, you live in La La Land. I mean, okay, great. That's some fantasy scripting right there by Sam. If it comes to the point where basically Cruz and Clinton would have to be winning before Trump and Sanders are going to break off and split into these fantasy land independent categories of president. Look, Sam, it's the Democrats versus Republicans like it's always been, and I hate to be the one to tell you that, but it's not going to change in 2016. There might be a strong running third-party candidate. Yes, I will agree with.
But you're missing the point, D. Like, it won't work if they do it that way. You would have the
only way
that the scenario could possibly work is that you would have to have somebody as popular as Sanders and Trump on either side, both leaving. If you attempted to do this in 2020, who's going to be that popular on both the left and the right?
Okay, Sanders and Trump are both positioned to come in first place in their respective parties in New Hampshire.
Trump is not.
Today's very top headline, the first thing is Trump and Sanders lead in New Hampshire. They're both projected to take the win in their respective parties. If they both win in New Hampshire, Sam, what makes you think at the same time they're both going to split from their fucking parties? That's not going to happen.
They're both going to be cheated by their party, for one. Second of all, I don't believe the polls, because the polls said that there was a good chance that Bernie was going to win Iowa and that freaking Trump was going to win Iowa. And they were wrong on both of the counts. Although closer on Bernie's. They were wrong on both accounts.
Okay.
I believe that.
No. You just said the forecast was the same in Iowa as it is in New Hampshire with Trump and Bernie leading. And yes, I agree with you. That's the way it was.
But it didn't happen.
It didn't happen in Iowa. But the same prescription is for New Hampshire, but New Hampshireites are entirely different than Iowans. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you.
Yeah, but New Hampshireites are much more libertarian, which on paper, though I don't
Which is why I don't understand why Rand Paul dropped out before New Hampshire. He could have had a good showing, don't you think?
Because most thinking people are voting for either Trump or Rand, and Rand knew that he was going to pull just enough numbers off of Trump that Trump was going to lose again if he didn't, which is going to hurt the GOP as a whole. And I think even Rand knows that.
Are you trying to say that Rand Paul got out so that he wouldn't take votes away from Donald Trump?
I think Rand Paul was told to get out so that he doesn't pull.
By who?
Most likely the GOP, who've hated him since he ran for Kentucky. They tried to smear him as a racist. The GOP. They've attacked Rand Paul since the day he entered the GOP. They hate Rand Paul.
The people seem to love him though. The young college students were all rallied behind him.
I wish I believed it. He sank like a rock. Worst candidate run ever. He's out there talking about Planned Parenthood while Trump is owning the tax category, which is a topic that has always been Rand. Rand ran the worst campaign ever and deserved to be exactly where I think he was the best man for the job. He ran the crappiest campaign ever. He sounded like a whiny crybaby the whole damn time.
There's basically like 10 topics that Republicans have to zero in on. Immigration, border, that's one of them. But the economy is even higher than that. And like the economy and taxes, and Rand didn't capitalize on that. He was down on issue number 11, freaking Planned Parenthood and abortion. I mean, come on. You're not Carly Fiorina, Rand Paul. You're Rand fucking Paul.
And again, it's people are like, well, don't you understand that matters? Yeah. You know what else matters? That those of us that didn't get aborted have a job. You can always deal with this once you're in office, but it is not a topic that is going to do anything other than make you lose, which is something I think Rand has found to be painfully true. I think Jesse Benton, can you look this up? D-Like is the quickest person ever. Was Jesse Benton in charge of this campaign? Because I'm willing to bet my hairy ballsack that he was.
He was in charge of the Ron Paul campaign.
I bet no, it was run so badly. I'm willing to bet my precious scrotum here that Jesse Benton. I'm telling you, it was run so badly. I'm feeling Benton, dude.
I'm sorry, I brought it up on YouTube, but the top videos are 6 months ago. Rand Paul Super PAC manager indicted. Rand Paul by Adam Kokesh. Jesse Benton, chief negotiator in 20,000 plus Sorensen bribery scandal. Ron Paul and Benton's mother-in-law both testify against Jesse Benton. So, I mean, I hear where you're coming from, Sam. This guy is definitely bad effing news. Go ahead,
He's
Sam.
terrible. He's the reason Ron lost, and I think he was tied in at least early on to Rand's campaign. This man is toxic. Libertarian Republicans, quit using Jesse Benton.
Wow, Sam. Have we exhausted today's political news and commentary and talk? And while we have this many viewers, a record, I think, over 25, can we talk about some science news right now, Sam? Sam, go ahead.
Well, I'm on another computer real quick, so let me go ahead and call this up. I have to call it up on another computer.
You had something that you wanted to talk about. We're getting into Sam's science as he preps his computer for the science, news, and information. I'm D-Lake for Prez. He's Sam IBDGanji. We are the Media Speaks. We do a live show like this every Saturday. And typically, at this point in the show, we get into Sam's science news. He always has something super awesome and amazing to talk about. If you'd like to bring your section of the news, let's say you specialize in something like science or something like that, you know, you have your own category and topic. Like for me, it's kind of like the race, the presidential race. That's typically what we talk about.
I'm sorry, presidential race made me think of it. Go ahead, D-Like.
That's not everybody's favorite. Okay, Sam, are you trying to diss me with those sound effects? Fuck you, Sam. I got it. Okay. No.
That's sound effect for the presidential race, not for you.
Oh, the presidential race is a sad trombone. I agree. Everyone, are you ready? Here comes Sam's science news. Sam, you ready with the science, right?
D-Like's right. If you want to join us, you can do what we do. If you're ready to come out here and get so angry about what you're seeing around you, because none of it makes any damn sense, get a hold of us. We're looking to add a chair. This is from sciencemag.org.
Sam, science. Here comes the science. Go ahead, Sam, with the science.
No rumor that gravitational waves have been spotted. It's just a rumor, but it specifically is any measure of credibility. It might just be right. For weeks, gossip has spread around the internet that researchers with the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory has spotted gravitational waves. ripples in space itself set off by violent astrophysical events. In particular, rumor has it that LIGO physicists have seen two black holes spiraling into each other and merging. But now an email message that ended up on Twitter adds some specific numbers to those rumors. The authors say that he got the details from people who have seen the manuscript at the LIGO paper that will describe the discovery. This is just from the talking to people who've said they've seen the paper, but I've not seen the paper itself, said Burgess. It says, I've been around a long time, so I've seen rumors come and go, but this one seems a bit more credible. According to Burgess's email, which found its way onto Twitter as an image attached to a tweet from one of his colleagues, LIGO researchers have seen two black holes of 29 and 36 solar masses swirling together and merging. The statistical significance of the signal is supposedly very high, exceeding the 5 sigma standard physicists use to distinguish evidence strong enough to claim a discovery. LIGO consists of two gargantuan optical instruments called interferometers, with physicists look for nearly infinitesimal stretching of space caused by massive gravitational wave. According to Burgess's email, both detectors spotted the black hole merger to the right, and there was exactly the right time delay between them. So it's interesting in that it's a whole new level of study for us if this has in fact happened, and it's something that adds even more of a interesting twist to some of the strange things that we at least think we've been finding in space lately. That is the news from the science front.
Yeah. And it's and it's something that Albert Einstein was like into gravitational wave rumors and ripple effects and stuff.
I think
this is what you're talking about. If you're seeing my screen, you're like, good stuff, Sam. Excellent news from the science front. Woo!
I like your graphics. Thank you.
Cheerios, man. All right, well, awesome news from the science front, and then we like to segue into entertainment news. And again, if you'd like to be part of the show and you want to talk about entertainment news, then fucking bring it on. Be on our show, Sam. Tell people how they can be involved with us.
Get a hold of us. Leave a comment. Let us know that you're interested in bringing something to the table. Maybe it is something you do in terms of the way you talk about the news. Maybe it's something you do in the way that you've got a different take. Maybe you're more interested in the way polls are done. Maybe you're more interested in telling people about parties, third-party candidacies. Whatever it is.
Maybe you want to give us $1 million and set Sam and I up in the same studio in your state, in an awesome fucking studio with TV screens and all kinds of dope fucking lighting and shit, and just let us talk about shit because you know that we do it the best. Or maybe you get on your radio station where my voice isn't hoarse from being sick, but I mean, obviously we do the shit the best and you want to be a part of it, right, Sam?
Yeah, and we need more people that are out there using their brain, because chances are if you're listening to this, then you realize that Sanders is an awful idea. You can see why Trump is right.
Again, our listeners are geniuses.
We need you very badly.
So get in touch with us, right, Sam? Sam, what did you have today in entertainment? I know you're on a borrowed laptop, but what have you seen recently? Just speak off the cuff. You don't have to go to your teleprompter.
I think the most interesting thing I've seen lately, especially since I haven't had access to a whole ton of cable, is the most. Many people have seen these. I'm halfway through the third one. Have you ever seen The Human Centipede? This is.
Yeah, Sam, I watched the first one.
I've seen the first two, and I've seen part of the third. Friends, the movie itself has a better storyline than you think it would for being as gross as it is.
I saw that it was available. I saw the second one was available on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but I was like, I just don't know if I can watch it. The first one was so crazy.
That the storyline is better than you would expect, and friends, if you want to see a movie that I mean is definitely a disturbing piece of cinematography, may I suggest The Human Centipede? But you want to watch it in order.
What's crazy is it was around Christmas time, and I was talking to my daughter, and I'm like, yeah, so she lives with her mom and stuff, and I'm like, so what have you been into and stuff lately? Like, what's the newest thing lately? And she's all like, oh yeah, I'm all into horror makeup and doing like horror makeup and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, like you like scary movies? And yeah, I'm like, yeah, I like PG-13 scary movies, right? And she's like, oh yeah, no, but I was at my friend's house and we watched Human Centipede. I'm like, Jesus, what? You're only like 12.
Yeah,
but I remember when I was 12 and 13 and some of the shit that I was watching. So I'm like, I guess it's not that bad.
Nah, you're fine. She's fine.
Yeah, she'll be all right.
And again, I'm sure with you as a dad, she knows the difference between fact and fiction. And I think that's
like, have you seen Conan the Barbarian yet, or RoboCop? Like,
she said, no, the humans.
She likes the Predator and Alien though, so I mean that's my daughter right there.
Right there.
That's all I know. I'm like, let me test if you're really my kid. Do you like the Predator and Alien? She's like, yeah, those are good. I'm like, okay, you're my kid.
Yeah, it's a must watch for those of you that like horror. It's a must watch.
Yeah.
Make sure you do it with a great big bowl of lasagna and just keep eating.
Losing all viewers. Okay. What I have in entertainment is right along these same lines. It's a horror movie, but it has comedy. It just came out. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's called The Visit. And I just watched it on I got it on rented at Redbox. It's called The Visit. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. You know M. Night, right? From The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable and Signs and all that.
I've seen most of those movies. Is that the actor or the director?
The director of The Sixth Sense, with the twist ending. So
Yeah.
He's been all about twist endings, but he made like 2 or 3 good movies and then he fell apart. And like all his movies sucked for a while. Avatar and fucking Lady in the Water and some other bull crap and some shit and some stuff.
Lady in the Water sucked.
But this was kind of brought it back for him.
Lady in the Water sucked. You're right about that.
Yeah. But so check out this movie, The Visit. It's about these a mom is she's trying to like hook up with her new boyfriend. And so she's going to send her 2 kids to go visit her parents, the kids' grandparents, who she's been kind of estranged from for 15 years. But she says, we had some rough times when I was younger, but you can just talk to your grandparents and work it all out. So go visit your grandparents. She sends them on a visit to go see their grandparents, the 2 kids.
Oh, I love this movie. I do know what you mean. Yes.
The daughter decides that she's going to film a documentary and the whole movie is
Yes.
Did you see this?
Yes, the diaper is all I'm going to say.
The diaper and the incontinence and the grandparents and the get in the oven and the...
That is one of the best horror movies I've seen in a year.
You saw it? You liked it? I just watched it. I thought it was pretty good.
D-Lake is so right here.
Yeah.
Major correct there, D-Lake. It is so worth seeing. I was floored by how good that movie was.
I told all my friends to go watch it. Well, I told a girlfriend of mine that like the young actress and they were reminding me of her, and I was like, you got to see this movie because it's crazy. But anyways, how did you feel about T. Diamond Stylist? Did he bring the rhymes or what?
Yes, he did. Especially at the end.
Well, who wrote that shit?
I really liked him at the end. I thought I was gonna die.
I think Eminem did some ghostwriting on that. I'm not sure, but it was pretty good. My friend? What I might watch later tonight. My friend said to watch this movie called Bone Tomahawk with Kurt Russell, and apparently he's got the wicked the wicked Western beard, all grown out, all crazy. I could make my shit like that. Check me out. And I'll fucking trim it up, and I'll be all like, "What, bitch, Wolverine? Shink, shink."
I could see it.
Thank you. Or I could do a Kurt Russell. I could be in the Hateful Eight. Sam, I have some amazing.
President.
Sam, I have some amazing entertainment news that I just saw that you are going to love.
So, he's gonna do somebody died. He's gonna take it.
No, it's not a death. Well, it is. It is.
I knew it.
It is in the way. Sam, have you seen Quentin Tarantino's movie, The Hateful Eight?
No, because I got so sick of hearing him whine. Someone stole my movie and dropped it early. Whine. Go to hell with him. I mean, I'm not even gonna watch it because I'm so sick of hearing him whine.
Okay. You don't like his whine? You don't like Kurt Russell, or you don't like Quentin Tarantino?
I love Kurt Russell. I'm probably going to end up breaking down and watching it because I do love Kurt Russell so very much. And he's so politically on point.
All right, I'm trying to find the exact article that I read the other day, but here's the story. I already have it. In the movie The Hateful Eight, Jennifer Jason Leigh sings this song. Let me see. She's got a guitar, and on the set, the guitar is on loan from the Martin Museum of Guitars, a Martin guitar from like 1807. I'm serious. It's like a vintage guitar from 1807 that's in the scene that she's singing this song. And then in the scene, Kurt Russell grabs the guitar from her and is like, because the lyrics to the song, if you listen closely, she's kind of insulting Kurt Russell's character, like with what she's saying. And he's like, "Bitch, give me that guitar." He takes the guitar from her and he fucking smashes it, right? They were supposed to cut and use a fake guitar for the smashing. Kurt Russell in the movie The Hateful Eight smashes an the year 1807 vintage guitar from Martin Museums. Martin responds to Hateful Eight destruction of antique six-string by saying, "Do you need another one? And also, can we have all the pieces to the guitar that you broke so we can display them in our museum?" Sam, how do you feel about it?
At least they understand the fact that it was an error, and they're not like freaking out about it. At least they were.
A lot of people like you. A lot of people are like you in the comments. Are like, "Fuck Quentin Tarantino. Fuck that bastard. And how could he let that happen?"
Errors happen. I mean, it sucks, but what are you gonna do? Nobody woke up in the morning and tried to do it. I mean, unfortunately,
if I had a guitar from 1807 and Kurt Russell smashed it, I'll be like, "I'm so proud that Kurt Russell in a movie live on set smashed that guitar."
And you know he could pay for it.
Quentin Tarantino can afford it. That's why the museum had two questions: do you need another one? And can we have all the pieces from the one that you broke to display? You know it's going to be in the Martin Guitar Museum as the guitar that was broke in the movie The Hateful Eight by fucking Kurt Russell, right?
You might as well try. I mean, at this point, it seems like it's been such a painful loss.
Yeah. All right, Sam. I think it's been a great
show. The
show.
Hateful Eight, that's how many pieces the guitar is in.
Oh, it's probably more pieces than that, but I'm sure, yeah, it was a 6-string or maybe it was an 8-string. I don't know. But Sam, you do a lot of awesome music. First, tell people where they can find your music, and then we'll get to where they can find.
Well, thank you, dear. Go to youtube.com/Sam for Passing Time. You can also find us facebook.com Passing Time Band. You can also find my show if you want to, youtube.com/The Correct Views. You can donate to the show. I'll tell you where to help at YouTube, the correct views at hotmail.com. D Lake is always posting, and you can find him at
TheMediaSpeaks.com on YouTube. David Lake on YouTube. Just type in David Lake. I mean, what name could be more simple than that? My name's not Tajid or Arbab. My name is David Lake. I mean, how hard is it to type in David space Lake? How hard could that be? Just, and then you do it like, let's say at Google, or YouTube or Start Page, and then you'll see someone that looks like me in the images. You'll see a Captain America flag. You'll see a YouTube link. You'll possibly see some Sticker Junkie related stuff. You'll see the Facebook. You'll just start clicking around and be like, I really like this guy. I like everything he says. And when him and Sam are talking politics, basically everything they say is totally right and on point. We probably predicted a bunch of stuff that's going to happen tonight in the GOP debate. Even when because Sam's on a laptop, or D-Lake's voice sounds all wrecked because he was sick this week. I got slammed at work, and I was supposed to call Sam's friend, and we'll talk about that after the show. But you know what? Like, sometimes you get fucking overwhelmed with bull crap, and you're like, I wish the crap would end. When the crap ends? Every Saturday on The Media Speaks, when D-Lake and Sam go live, and we just give you the real straight facts, and we tell it like it is. So why don't you be part of this realness, and leave a comment down below about how you want to be on our show, and we'll try to incorporate you into next week's show, when we might actually have a super special live guest. Sam, how do you feel about it?
I want Diamond and Silk, and I want Donald Trump's beautiful spokeswoman on this show.
All right. Well, I'll try a little bit, but I'll have to try harder.
Pour juice on your chin.